I appreciate that.
It's a phrase that I don't use it, but I understand it. You only sound smart to dumb people.
I love that. I may have to use that as some of my answers on. You only sound smart to dumb people.
Yeah, just to be prepared to get your block button ready because they're gonna.
Oh man. The one thing that
I
got to be careful too when I comment to respond to somebody,
and I laugh every time.
And there are other people that kind of jump on my bandwagon and will defend me.
I see that.
They get very vocal and sometimes very vulgar, and I'm like, hey,
I didn't ask you to do all this.
Right, and I don't. I mean, so I try to be careful what I say, so I'm not inciting a riot.
Yeah, we ain't got to take this.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Right.
People don't like when people come in, and I've seen it. I'm like, because I've told them, why are they on here talking to Ed like that? And I'm like, they are so disrespectful. And I'll tell him that, like, don't talk to Ed like that.
Silence is golden. A lot of times, just let it fly.
Small Talks with Tish and Larry. I'm Tish and
I'm Larry.
And we're here with a very special guest today, one of my favorite people online and best weatherman ever, Mr. Ed Piotrowski.
Thank
How
you.
are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you guys for allowing me to be on this podcast with you. I'm really excited about it. And now you're in my home.
Oh, we love it. We thank you so much. And we wanted to ask, how has your New Year's and Christmas been so far? You had a pretty good holiday season?
Yeah, it was really, really busy. Did a lot of work because we have some folks that are, my family lives here. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of folks that go home for Christmas. So I worked through the holidays, but then my family came in. Yeah. So just early in this year, we finally are free of all the family.
That's a good thing.
And back to our normal routines, which is great.
I know it's great to see them, and it's great to get back to regular life as well. So that's a blessing to see.
Absolutely, it is. And it's been a great year so far.
Yes, and hopefully we have a great 2026. I hope we all have a great year. It's going to be a blessing to see.
And like I was telling you before we started, I said, not trying to say anything about your age, but I remember meeting you when I was in 5th grade.
Oh my gosh. How old are you, Larry? 22 now?
23 and a half.
Okay, that'll work. Well, I'm 59. I'll be 60 in December, so I'm getting up there in age.
Yeah, you was a very young man then.
I've been here at this station for 32 years, so.
Longevity.
It makes sense that I visited him when he was a kid.
Yes.
And I got to get your autograph before I leave.
All right. Well, it ain't nothing special.
Don't say that. It definitely is.
Yeah, I was jealous of my classmate because my classmate got his autograph.
He probably still got that in his house too, framed. You never know.
How much that is worth nothing. But it's fun.
You mean a lot to us in the community, so you definitely remember that. So anything that people want to get from you, like an autograph or just seeing you, it's important. So you're very special. And
I love that people come up to me and will say, hey, can I get a picture? I'm like, absolutely. Because honestly, without you guys and people watching us and following us, I don't have a job. So it's really, I really feel like you're my employer if you think about it, because if you're not doing any of that, I don't get a paycheck. And I love interacting with people. It's so much fun. So much fun.
Definitely so. But if y'all want to, we can go on and get into the interview if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever y'all want to do.
We'll start here. What made you choose to become a meteorologist, and has it been a rewarding career for you? And were you very nervous the first time being on camera to report the weather?
So great questions. And so first of all, I chose this career because I absolutely love the weather. Mm-hmm. Never thought I would actually do it on television. Just got lucky. I got an internship with a station in Eastern North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would just be fun to follow the weather. But then I got in front of the camera, enjoyed that a lot. Mm-hmm. So my first job was in New Bern, North Carolina. I was there for 3 years, and then I've been here for 32. Mm-hmm. And I've absolutely loved it. One of the cool things about my job is I still get paid even when I'm wrong. So, that's kind of cool.
That is a plus.
It is. A plus. And the very first time you're ever on air, it is nerve-wracking because you're not used to it.
Right.
But just like riding a bike, as you do it more, you become more comfortable, more conversational, just like you guys doing this, right?
Definitely.
It's pretty easy for you now, right?
It's from time to time, but this today is just being, blessed to be as far as being with you today. And it's like, I'm glad you've made it where we're not as nervous. You make us feel comfortable.
Oh, you guys are great.
So I definitely appreciate it.
I feel like I know you just from listening to you talk. So that's a huge thing in the business, as you know, is to be yourself. So
definitely. And
it was difficult to start with, but like I said, doing it 35 years now, it's old hat to me anymore.
So it's just coming in and just getting it over with, pretty much.
Exactly. I love what I do. I still have the passion for weather because it's always changing. Mm-hmm. If I never see another hurricane in my life, I'll be fine with that.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, we agree on that.
Yes, I think everybody does.
Now, Ed, I have a question. All right, this is, of course, your first, I guess your main choice as far as a career path. Mm-hmm. if this did not work out,
right,
what would have been your second choice?
So that's a great question too, because I thought about that, and I almost went to the Air Force Academy. When we lived in Texas, because my dad was in the Marine Corps and he was stationed there. I was at a church where one of the guys was a retired general with the Air Force, and I had good grades, good background with my dad and the military in general, that he was willing to be my sponsor, so to speak. But my mom and dad were moving back to North Carolina, and I just wasn't ready to go out on my own. So I decided not to pursue that, and then the rest is history when it comes to weather. So who knows? I could have been a pilot, but I was always afraid I didn't have enough common sense. I'd be the first one shot down. So I didn't want to mess with that.
Trying to be the hero out there.
Yeah, end up at zero.
Bring it back, Ed. Bring it back. What is he doing?
Right.
But you're doing well, so it's definitely as great as you are at this, so it must have been meant and in the works. God had it in the plan for you to do this as your career.
Amen.
So
This was the plan, and I've never looked back. So
definitely so. And we'll go on to this one. Okay, you being here at WPDE for over 30 years, I'm sure your colleagues and the South Carolina residents are extremely grateful to have you. What has kept you here in the area for so long with us?
Another great question. I know you guys ask great questions. I was like a lot of people when I first started here. Young people want to go to a small market, get their feet wet, and then move on to a bigger market and make more money in a bigger city or what have you. But all of my family is in the Carolinas. So I got here and really just fell in love with the Myrtle Beach area and the PD. And I've stayed here. And so I've had other opportunities, but I just never could see myself pulling up the stakes and heading elsewhere. And I'm glad I am where I am. My mom and dad live at our house. Cindy's mom and dad live in Myrtle Beach now too. So
everyone's close.
Everybody's close.
That's a good thing. You don't have to travel too far to everyone. So it actually worked out in your favor to stay here.
It did. It really did. The parents live with us, but we used to joke around that they were 3 hours away. I go, they're just far enough away. They're not here every weekend. But now they are. So it's all good.
It's a blessing to have them.
Yes.
I know they're so just proud of you and everything that's going on as far as your career. So I know they're grateful to have you here.
I think so.
Yes,
I'm
and
glad they're here.
that 3 hour drive would have been too much. So thank you.
Right. That's true.
Definitely so. Definitely so.
Now, in your time doing the weather, what's that one storm that scared you?
That's what we was talking about before we got on camera.
Yes. There have been a couple, and it depends on what era here at WPDE. The first one I remember was Hurricane, now I'm drawing a blank, Hurricane Floyd in 1999. It was nearly a Category 5 in the Bahamas. And at the time, it was forecast to be a major hurricane coming into Murrells Inlet. I remember that forecast. So I was like, man, this is the one. This is the big one for us. Well, back in the mid-90s, forecasting wasn't as good as it is today. The hurricane ended up weakening quite a bit and eventually made landfall near Cape Fear in North Carolina. Now, we had a lot of flooding and we had some wind damage, but it could have been a whole lot worse. That was one of my first big fears. And then, of course, was Hurricane Florence in 2018. Similar, expected to be a major hurricane making landfall. Unforeseen wind shear helped to really weaken it. We still had tons of flooding.
Yes.
And that was a long time, but those were the two ones that scared me the most, thinking this is going to be our big one. Neither one of them were really big wind producers, but they did produce a lot of rain.
So with the hurricanes, pretty much is the wind the most dangerous part, or the rain and the wind together? That's what causes it to be so serious for everyone. So
there's actually 4 main impacts you got to worry about. And believe it or not, the deadliest part is rainfall. 85 to 90% of people who die in a hurricane drown, and often far from the coast. So folks inland have to be concerned about that. Right. While people fear the wind, wind can do a lot of damage. It's not a killer. It's not a huge killer. I mean, it can kill people. So we try to prepare people for not only the wind, but the rainfall and also tornadoes and storm surge. Being inland, you don't have to worry about the storm surge. That's a coastal phenomenon. But the other things we all have to be concerned with, it's so important for people to remember, though, flooding is a really big deal.
And trying to travel in and things like that, because they definitely get on the roads and you could possibly get stuck in it and anything like that. So you have to be careful. People don't realize it only takes 6 inches of water to float your car. And if you have a stream that's all of a sudden really high and it's moving very rapidly, you can be swept off the road. So don't travel when you got flooding. Definitely. Good way to put it. Right. And I also wanted to ask you, the Pizza Palooza party. Yes. It has been since 2015 that we haven't had a hurricane make landfall here in the U.S. And in 2025, you were able to celebrate the pizza party with the community. How exciting is that to be a part of that event? And I'm pretty sure that your fingers always crossed when you have a hurricane season and nothing happens in. So how was the party? Yes. Like I said,
me and my old boss, who just recently was hired, have covered 45 tropical storms and hurricanes that have impacted our coast in some form or fashion. So if we never see another one, we are fine with that. Yes. So last year was fantastic. We had a little tropical storm. That was it with Chantal. So about 5 years ago, I jokingly said, if we can just get through this hurricane season, because we had a bad 5 years from 15 through 2020.
You're right. You're definitely right about that.
So I said, look, if we get through it, I'm going to throw a big pizza party. Well, we started going through the hurricane season, and people were like, hey, when's the pizza party? I'm like, oh, I guess we got to do a pizza party.
I always look forward to him mentioning that. I said, I sure hope they can do that because the people look so forward to going to it and having a good time and seeing you and things. So
and it worked out. Yes. You know, this year we had 3,500 people show up to it. Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel came out, and we just celebrated a hurricane-free season for us. And it was also a great way to, we asked people to donate toys for Tots and also non-perishable items for the Low Country Food Bank and Meals on Wheels. So we were able to really help the community through a very fun event as well. So it was really a fun time.
I know it was. I was so happy that I said, I know he just gets so excited to know that, okay, we're clear, it's done, and we can move on to some sunshine.
Right. And a snowstorm isn't no big deal compared to a hurricane. So that's a lot more fun.
I know it was one meme that you had, it was a couple of years ago, and you had like a ruler and it was in the sand.
Oh, yeah.
I post that every time it crosses, if it comes across my memory and I see it, it's always from his page. I always post it. I'm just laughing.
Oh, we got 12 inches of sunshine. May not make it to work today.
I laugh every time it crosses my path.
It is funny.
It really is. I'd rather have sunshine any day than a rough weather pattern that just continues like hurricanes and get. So that's a blessing.
When people's lives are in danger, nobody wants that. You know, that's the thing.
Definitely.
That is the beauty of a winter storm. If you're just careful, people are typically okay. And it's fun to see the snow. You know, some people don't like it to stick around, but hurricanes can do damage that can last for months, even years. And people lose their lives, unfortunately.
And I know you probably get tired of this one question, but I have to ask it. Are we getting any snow this year?
Ooh, that's a great question too. You know, our best time to get snow is January and February. So
we're still in the beginning stages.
Yes,
so that's good.
We don't have any chance for the next 10 days. I know that for sure. But we'll see how the pattern changes for the second half of January and going into February. Remember, the big snow we had last year was January 21st. So
we can still get.
Yeah, I mean, probably the biggest outside of the Christmas snow in 1989 that dumped 14 inches in Myrtle Beach. There was another storm. It was 1972 or 3. I don't know. I can't remember it. Produced a blizzard inland. Some locations inland had 24 inches of snow, and that was in February.
That is crazy. I cannot imagine.
Possible.
Did you remember the one? We were in school then. It was like maybe 2000?
Yes, January of 2000.
Yes.
Because it was after Hurricane Floyd. Right. We had 6 to 8 inches of snow from that one.
And we were out of school for like a week. I remember that. I could not, but that snow was up to there when my mom had like some steps that I tried to go down on her house, and I slipped. And I didn't even get hurt because I fell into the snow. That's how high the snow was. I was like,
nice blanket.
Yes, I was thankful that it was there. But I was like, this is how much snow we've gotten. Like, it snowed the whole night. I had never seen it snow like that in my life. That was amazing.
I do remember that, January of 2000.
And the Christmas snow that you said, you said 1989?
Yes.
I remember
it too.
So you were alive in 89?
Oddly.
I mean, you're so much younger than me. I don't know. I was born in 66, so when were you born?
I mean,
you don't want to mention, you don't have to. You can just say the decade.
No, I'm joking. I was born in 86.
Oh, okay. So you were 3 years old when that. Man, I graduated high school in 85. Wow. Man, now I really feel old.
Listen, hey, it's not that bad.
So you're in your 30s then?
Yeah, about
38. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Anyway, about the snowstorm. Sorry about that.
But it like to say that it was 89, and I remember that. Like it's a slight glimpse.
Right.
It's not very. I don't remember it very clearly either, but I do remember seeing the lights. I remember Christmas time during Christmas. Because people say we never had snow during Christmas. I'm like, we did at one time. I just don't remember what year.
I was thinking it was a dream.
I was 5. So
no dream. Although it was a dream come true for a lot of people.
Definitely, because everyone always prays for snow for Christmas, and we haven't gotten it in. Like you said, 89. So, I mean, we can just hope. That's all we can do.
A lot of people look at 2010, the night of Christmas, Christmas night, it started to snow that night, late that night. So some areas in the PD had a little bit of snow, but the definition of a white Christmas is 1 inch of snow on the ground on Christmas Day. So we didn't get an inch until the 26th. But some people remember 2010 inland as
I didn't even know we got it
Christmas
then.
snow. See, there you go.
You see?
Slept right through it. See that?
That's right.
I would rather have that than it be as thick as it gets, and then you can't really travel because
Right.
traveling in the snow, people struggle.
Tish, that wouldn't be that night that I picked you up and we slid off the road. That wouldn't be that night, would it?
Uh-oh.
That might have been 2010.
What's this story?
It
This is a
might
sidebar
be.
story here.
Yeah, the
Could
traveling
be.
now with the winter weather, like snow and stuff, that's the most dangerous thing. They're still trying to travel in dangerous weather.
I had some very slick tires.
Oh boy.
Gotta
get them fixed later.
They were a little bald, so yeah. The people actually were on the side of the road and they saw it when it happened, and they came and ran out to the road. They were like, "Are y'all okay?"
Wow.
And they were concerned. So
you saw your eyes flash before you.
Man,
you saw your light flash before your eyes.
I seen them headlights coming on the other side.
That's what's scary.
Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because I had no control of the car. No control.
I'm telling you, like I said, I hope we get it, but I hope everyone stays safe on the roads and stuff.
Just stay home and enjoy it at your house.
Definitely.
That's it.
And we'll move on to the next question. I think that's for you.
Yeah. Like I know you love your job, but do you have those days where you don't want to come to work and you want to stay in the bed?
Of course. I think that's all of us. I mean,
I thought he was going to say no.
There's times when the pattern gets very repetitive. You have a long stretch of dry weather or cool weather or sunshine. Summer times are boring for us because it's the same thing every day. Hot and humid. You're going to get a thunderstorm.
Right.
And then occasionally you see a hurricane. But I mean, there are times like, I really don't want to go to work today. But I will say, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm the best or anything. In my 35 years, I've never called in sick for the sake of just being off. I mean, I was legitimately sick when I called in.
That's the type of job I want. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I know they give you sick days, and I'm like, well, if you use sick days for sick days, you don't use them for personal days. But that's just me. I'm old school. My dad was a Marine, so he taught me.
You fight through it. You go on in. You have a job. Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than I'm going to be out sick today, and then they're down at the beach. That just sends a bad message.
And then,
plenty of times, I'm pretty sure that's happened.
The way I was raised, like my grandparents, don't put bad mouth on yourself.
Oh, that is true.
Oh, yeah. That's a great way to put it.
That's definitely true. You don't want to say something and then you claim something's going on and then you don't have the time, coverage to go over it. It's because you told a lie. Said you were sick and you were feeling just fine.
Yep. So, and then people talk.
Then
you got a bad reputation.
Definitely so. Definitely so. Am I next, Larry, or you?
Yeah, I'll let you go next.
Let's see what we have next. Don't want to get thrown off. Okay.
You're fine. This is fun.
Okay. Now, Ed, I know you're a meteorologist, chief meteorologist here. Mm-hmm. What is there a meteorologist that you have as a favorite that you watch on television?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Jim Cantore is awesome. He's been a longtime friend of mine. But there are four guys that I consider mentors. One is Eric Thomas, who was at BTV in Charlotte many years ago. He just retired actually 4 years ago. But he was really helpful to me in my formative years. When I first started in the business back in January of '94. Also, Rob Perillo is a longtime friend of mine who's taught me a lot. He's in Lafayette, Louisiana. Okay. And Tim Heller, who was the chief meteorologist at the ABC station in Houston, Texas. He was a phenomenal friend, and he's now a consultant and helps us out as well. Yeah. And then Greg Fischel, who is a longtime meteorologist at WREL in Raleigh. I watched him when I was in school, and just a phenomenal meteorologist, had a great presence on air. So I feel like I've taken something from all four of them and made it into me. Yes. And, all of us have the same thing in common. We don't want to sensationalize anything. We always want to be matter of fact and be honest. There's so much sensationalism out there that you cry wolf, people are going to know it, and they're not going to trust you anymore. So we don't ever want to do that.
You don't want to get people in like an uproar and then they're panicking because that's not good either. Because people can take it too far.
they absolutely do. Yes. But yeah, those four guys are probably my four main mentors.
Awesome.
Do you feel that people, I don't want to say fake news, but I guess sensationalize something that may not be actually true when it comes to weather?
It is so bad on social media anymore.
I believe it.
You get a lot of people that have access to the forecast models. They're government models, so everybody has access because we all pay for that with our taxes. So people get on there and they don't know the nuances of the models. They don't know when the model is going to be right or wrong and what the limitations are. Yeah. So they'll throw out these fantasy things like, in 3 weeks, looks like we're going to get a 20-foot storm surge. Snowstorm.
I saw that last year. I think you had to post it. It was like a thing saying like a like a 50-inch snowstorm was coming out. You might remember it, but it was like everyone was like, "Is that true?" And he was like, "No, that's not."
And it never happened.
Yeah, the man that worked. Yeah, he showed me that. It said, "This weekend we're gonna get 48 inches of snow."
And so people do that. They just do it for the clicks, likes. They want the interaction.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're the ones there to pick up the pieces because people are like, well, you guys said, I go, no, we didn't say that.
Exactly.
You heard Johnny, who's a 5th grader at some middle school or what have you, telling you the weather, and people always claim to be experts, and we try to tell people, just know your sources.
Definitely.
Hopefully, if it's weather, you're looking to me for that information.
And that's the first, like I tell him all the time, that's the first source I go to. I may go to Google for like just getting the temperatures for the day.
Sure.
But as far as getting the information, like accurate information, I go to your page and check it out.
I appreciate that.
And I see people like you say, I've seen stores like especially TikTok. They'll say, "You guys better watch out for this, and this is coming, and this." I'm like,
TikTok is the absolute worst for weather information. There's guys on there, they have this TikTok traveler guy who talks about Category 6 hurricanes, which is no such thing, and how it's going to come up the East Coast. And I remember the only thing I posted on TikTok was on that day that we were supposed to get hit by Category 6, it was perfectly sunny. So I went on TikTok and I said, hey, is this a Category 6 hurricane? Because it's sunny. Doesn't look like it.
I would have laughed until my head started.
And it's like, so just know your sources. That's the bottom line. You'll see that's the only post I've ever made on TikTok.
But I mean, I know that's got to be something to deal with people kind of making you feel like you're not doing your job properly, but you know you are. So you can't even really pay attention to it as long as you know that you studied and what you went to school for. You know what you're doing. So just make sure you don't even pay any attention. You know what you're telling the people is true.
And that's what matters. You just, you hope over time you've built up enough credibility that, even though you are going to get it wrong once in a while, there's no doubt that people know you're a trusted source. And that comes only with time. Definitely. Being honest and hopefully mostly accurate, and then people hopefully will trust you. There's nothing more maddening though when you see something on Facebook or Twitter or whatever it may be.
People are coming at you wrong, and because
where did this come from?
See, he got this wrong.
Right. It's like all of a sudden that's my forecast.
I'm definitely going to believe the person that has the title beside their name.
There you go.
He's a chief meteorologist. Why would I believe someone like Mark on TikTok that says
right?
Definitely not. So no.
And they just and it's a lot of times because there's a lot of things I don't know anything about, and so it's very easy to, when you don't know what they're talking about, to believe what they're saying. Like, could that be true? And then sometimes people will get more information from a bad source, and that happens a lot in weather.
I believe it, and it's just like I said, I think it's just to instill fear in people and just have people in the uproar. Like I said, if I don't see it on Google and my day-to-day weather temperatures and nothing like that, I don't pay it anymore.
There you go. I appreciate that.
It's a phrase that I don't use it, but I understand it. You only sound smart to dumb people.
I love that. I may have to use that as some of my answers on. You only sound smart to dumb people.
Yeah, just to be prepared to get your block button ready, because they're going.
Oh man. The one thing that I got to be careful too, when I comment to respond to somebody,
and I laugh every time.
And there are other people that kind of jump on my bandwagon and will defend me.
I see that.
They get very vocal and sometimes very vulgar, and I'm like, hey,
I didn't ask you to do all this.
Right, and I don't. I mean, so I try to be careful what I say, so I'm not inciting a riot.
Yeah, we ain't got to take this.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Like,
people don't like when people come in, and I've seen it. I'm like, because I'm told, I said, why are they on here talking to Ed like that? And I'm like, they are so disrespectful. And I'll tell him, they're like, don't talk to Ed like that.
Silence is golden a lot of times. Just let it fly.
Don't pay any attention. But Ed, we'll move on to the next one.
Oh, I'll take the reins on this. Is there any advice that you received throughout your career that you still go by to this day? And if so, who did you get it from?
So those 4 mentors all had one thing in common. They always told me to absolutely be honest with your audience. And if you don't know what's going to happen, let people know why you don't know and have them come back when you do know. And so there's just being honest and authentic with your audience is huge, because I think they respect that and they know, okay, now I know why he doesn't know yet. So let's come back in next 24 hours and see if things have changed a little bit. So I've always believed in not being a voice of reason and being honest with my audience. And I think that's helps me tremendously to have credibility because,
Definitely.
There's the other thing about this position, you're going to be wrong. I never beat my own chest. You'll never see me on Facebook, hey, I got this right, because I know my time is coming to blow it. You know what I mean? So I'm not a big fan of people bragging about their forecast being right, unless they're absolutely also owning when they blow it. You know what I mean?
Gotta be.
So, and I see too much in this business where hey, we got this right. But then when it's wrong, they're into the hedges and don't say a word about it.
And we see that as far as doing the podcast. We'll have, you may try to name a song and you say the wrong name of the song and you go on this opinion rant about the song. The comments are going to tear you apart. You're talking about the wrong song. The song is called this. The song is called...
And I mean, this comment is this long. And I'm like, I'm not reading it.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
I ain't reading all that.
I'm definitely not reading all that.
That's a waste of my time.
We're going to move on and you take that and live with it. And I'm going to go about my life as well.
That's what you got to do.
You're
right.
Like that's, I don't know, like people have too much time on their hands for one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
and
of course.
I don't have the time to try to go back and forth with people.
Every little mistake we make, I mean, we're not the first one to make it, and I mean, people got to understand that nobody's perfect. So you just got to be like, hey, they're going to feel like
grace.
Feel like you feel, and we just got to keep it moving from there. And Ed, on this last one, this is just a little appreciation question.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of your online content, and there is something that stands out more than anything when I see your posts, and it's your constant reminders to stay positive, be kind, and remaining thankful. I know that's not always easy, but what is a message you'd like to share with everyone today who's trying to stay on a positive route?
Honestly, the most important thing people can do is take a deep breath and just be kind. I mean, it's that simple. It's very easy to want to lash out at somebody, but always remember the people that are lashing out at you probably have something going on in their life that we don't know nothing about, or why they're doing what they're doing. So for me, often I just like to take a step back and not say anything. And you can't go kind to a murderer. You know what I'm saying. But just extending kindness, it can be something as simple as just not saying anything and retaliating, and then it just gets out of control at that point in time. So yeah, I think just being kind and courteous, and it'd be a better world all the way around, quite frankly. There's so much division in this world.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Right. That's a great way to put it there. It is free. It doesn't cost you a thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it blesses the people who are kind, more so probably than the people you're kind to.
That is true. Just be kind. Show and share kindness. Got you. But that'll be our last question, Ed. But I want to tell you so much. Thank you. This was actually an extended birthday gift from him. So I'm thankful he reached out to you. And I thank you for doing this with us today. And it's really been a blessing and a great birthday present. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And I hope you got the bobblehead, right?
Yes, sir.
So we gave him a bobblehead. I want to see that in every podcast moving forward.
You definitely will.
And you just ask my question, Ed, what do you think? I like it. And
definitely.
Have him pop up.
Thank you for that as well. That's a great birthday gift to leave here with. I appreciate
there you go. You're very welcome. Thank you guys very much for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Definitely. And I'm going to say this. I say I brought her favorite meteorologist.
Definitely.
I don't know how I'm going to top it next year.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how we're going to do it.
Maybe we need to do an adult kidcaster when adults come on and do the weather with me. I mean, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Just take my job, though.
I doubt it. They don't want to see me. They love it. I'm not taking it.
Look at his face. Anybody want to see that?
Trust me, if you've been doing this for 30 years, you're very blessed. And
I am absolutely blessed for sure. I mean, my career is basically a hobby to me. It's something I just love doing.
And do you know how hard it is for people to get into a field that they really love like that?
You're absolutely right.
So just know that you're definitely appreciated by all of us.
I appreciate you guys spreading good news and kindness everywhere.
No problem.
It's a fun podcast for sure.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate you.
Is there anything that you would like to promote?
Just watch ABC 15, folks. I appreciate you doing that. I'm on at 5, 6, and 7 every single night. So if you watch, keep me in a job. That's what I appreciate.
And I'm gonna end it off like this. I know if I can do it, I know damn well you can. Peace.
I love it. It's awesome. Great job. That was so much fun. Yeah, I really did. I mean, I love the questions. I mean, it's always fun to do.